How good does it feel to know that we are finally going to start getting paid for our services? Starting today, it feels great.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about getting paid, you know, our teachers now are going to start getting paid and paid to do this speech. So I don't know.
I'm getting paid to do this.
You serious? How was I getting paid?
Yeah, I'm getting paid to do this.
I wouldn't really be up here if I wasn't getting paid, so that's unfortunate. It's going to be ready to 110% now.
Anyway, we're very pleased to be here to speak to all of you on behalf of our elementary classmates as we begin our journey as educators. First, I want to thank all of you who voted for us to be your Encaenia speakers.
Actually, we were the only ones who
Hey, don't ruin this for me, okay? We were voted in, and that's the bottom line. So, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, we want to thank all of you who voted for us to speak today. When we were pondering about whether or not to put our names in the midst of these speakers here today, we questioned ourselves as to what we would talk about. So, given what we're here for, we should probably talk about graduation. We are set to graduate, but a grad. What does that mean? Well, Webster's Dictionary defines grad as a quick, sudden flush or attempt to seize. We are always trying to seize every opportunity we can and be flush when doing so. Whether it be quick or slow, we're always seizing flushes.
I believe bread is a old wooden ship.
Riley and Dale were here to speak about an old wooden ship. Seriously though, graduation is only a concept. In real life, you graduate every day. Graduation is a process that goes on until the last day it goes. If you can grasp that, you will make a difference. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, man. That was beautiful. But we don't have time for that. So. Today is the day to reminisce about all the great times that we had here over the past years, but also to reflect on this journey through the program to celebrate our success. And what better way to do that than through a duet? Unfortunately, Ian and I are too musically inclined to pull off Brad and Carrie, so we decided to write you a poem instead.
It was September 2011 when we started Social Ed. We were a room full of strangers, not very much was said.
It was Crystal Cliffs where we found an oddball fitting names, if I can correctly recall.
We would quickly become a family, and it was easy to tell. We would be there to pick someone up if they fell.
Although some Thursday mornings would feel like a confessional, with the same clothes from weeknight, we would still act professional.
There were times when I thought our minds would go kablooey. I'm proud of you all, especially you, John Sylvia.
So now we're going to get called up, like Sergei Bobrovsky. That's the only thing we could think of, along with Pashkovsky.
I'm glad we all made it, no man left behind, but now it's time to truly start the grind.
Resumes, cover letters, or even off to the sub, we won't be long until we start missing the pub.
We will fall down, it happens now and then, but fall forward, and fall forward again.
So enjoy your weekend and make every moment last. Live for the present, but don't forget your past.
That gives you an idea of some of the amazing times times we had here, but now it's time to take a step forward. In mere hours, we will be certified educators. In one sense, this can be a scary feeling for some, while it's also quite exciting. One thing that we know for sure is that we have been given a lot of great advice on how to be successful educators from all of our colleagues during our time in this program. Therefore, we wanted to share some words of wisdom from the people who know the education system the best.
Now, Xavier Hall was pretty empty this week, but we were able to meet up with some of our colleagues who had this to say when asked if they had any advice to give new graduates. Debbie McIsaac, who's not here today, offered her insight by saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away, unless the doctor's cute, in which case you just skip the apples altogether." Here's the solid advice, Debbie. Thank you.
I had the pleasure of speaking with the Dean of Education, Jeff Orr. When I asked him what advice he could offer to our graduates, he simply said, "I always advise people never to give advice." Thank you, Jeff.
When asked what advice he could offer our 2013 grads, Garner Patterson had this to say: "Don't put metal in the microwave." Thank you, Garner, for those kind words.
I spoke with Walter Duggan. I told him how much I admired his wisdom and his knowledge, and asked him how we as new teachers could gain such knowledge. Here's what he had to say: "I talk to myself because sometimes I need expert advice."
Finally, I had the pleasure of speaking with Andrew Thorne, who I knew had a lot of great advice to offer. When I asked him to share successful advice to my graduating classmates, here's what he had to say: "Check yourself before you wreck yourself." Wise words from a wise man.
It's going to be really hard to top up all that great advice we've been given here. But before we leave you, Josh and I wanted to offer helpful tips of our own to all our classmates, which we feel will help you kickstart successful careers. Number one, your families are extremely proud of you. You can't imagine the sense of relief they are experiencing right now. This would be a most opportune time to ask them for money.
Number two, if someone offers you a job, say yes. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter where it's at, but I'll tell you why. You can always quit later. It's better to be unemployed than to be never employed, because nothing looks worse on a resume than nothing.
Number three, go to it. Be bold. Be true. Be kind. Rotate your tires. However, don't drink so much. There aren't going to be enough liver transplants to go around.
Number four, always follow your dreams, except for the ones where you forget to wear clothes to school. Not professional at all.
Number five, nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks. You will fail at some point in your life, accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no good road. Never be discouraged. Never look back. Get everything you got, and when you fall through your life, fall forward.
And finally, as you grow, you will realize the definition of success changes. For some of us today, success is being able to hold down 20 shots of tequila. However, success is to live your life in integrity. Live your life as an honest and compassionate person. Contribute to society in some way. Follow your passions. Stay true to yourself. Never follow anyone else's path. Unless, of course, you get lost in the woods and you find a path, then by all means you should probably follow it.
These past 2 years so worthwhile. To our professors and colleagues, thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Without you, we wouldn't be here today.
To all of our friends in the elementary, middle school, and secondary program, thank you so much for all the great times over these past 2 years. We have laughed, we have cried, we have laughed some more. Although we may be going separate separate ways, always cherish the memories and friendships that you have made here at STFX. And know that these friends will always be here for you, no matter where you end up. A special thank you from Ian and I go out to the girls at 73 Apple Street. And I don't even know what to say. It's been an experience, but we wouldn't trade it for anything. We'll always have a special place right here.
Well then, Josh, I guess there's only one thing left to do.
You're absolutely right, Ian.
We're going to exit this program in the same fashion that you entered it.
Absolutely. Let's get to it.
Oh my God.